Don, how are you going to control Killer Kross?
Who is going to stop Killer Kross? That's the influence of the tutelage of Gama Singh by any means necessary.
Don, you said it was within his rights to jump up on the apron. It's not. The managers aren't allowed to get on the apron. They're not allowed to be there.
He's not a manager, he's a coach.
The coaches aren't allowed to do that either.
Did you ever watch a basketball game? The coaches are on the floor all the time.
Homicide, Hernandez, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
Homicide, Hernandez, y'all paved the way, but for what? For this? For greed? For jealousy? I don't think y'all got it anymore. I don't think y'all got that fire that y'all had before, back in 2005 when I was a little kid.
Cause if you look online, you'll be shocked at what you'll find. Now Eli, can you tell me what is this?
Hi, I'm Buffalo Butthole.
Well, Grado's looking a bit confused, but the celebration continues.
Yeah, Katarina not bothered by all the sweat all over the manly chest of Joe Hendry.
Pain, Tommy, pain! There's going to be violence. And there's going to be blood, Tommy. Oh, so much blood, Tommy. It's gonna be beautiful. So much blood.
You're done. Go!
Pentagon! Pentagon! Bull! Oh!
She keeps talking about how she's this third generation, but what exactly has she learned from her grandpa or her dad? What, that she's a great wrestler? Yeah, she is. She's very talented, but so am I. I'm a former 2-time Knockouts champion, but I'm a lot more than that.
Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Austin, if you don't get your ass in this ring, I don't mind coming back here and dragging your little bitch ass in this ring.
And there's Austin Aries from behind!
Wow!
A low blow!
Moose got played. He's not just playing chess, Josh. He's playing three-dimensional chess.
Let me talk to you.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact, Impact Talk for Impact fans. I am your host, Trent.
Hi, I'm Buffalo Butthole.
And I am solo again today. Kyle, my co-host, is unable to make it, but if you're lucky and you keep your ears open, you might hear him pop in throughout the episode. He says, I can't be here with you. I can't be alongside you while you break down the show and give your Slammiversary predictions, but I might do a run-in, make a quick cameo, pose to the crowd, and get out. So you might get that. That's what he said. He threatened me with that. So we'll see what happens. But I'm here to talk to you guys, a quick recap about the episode on July 19th, 2018. The final episode of Impact leading into Slammiversary.
It's a celebration tonight. Yeah.
Year number 16. Huge accomplishment for TNA and Impact Wrestling. I said TNA because, it started off as TNA. The history lineage goes from TNA into Impact. Huge accomplishment. I'm really looking forward to Slammiversary. Let's jump into this episode. I want to talk about what happened on Impact on Thursday night and how that feeds into Slammiversary going in on Sunday. So let's break it down, and then I'll give you some predictions. Then I'll give you some plugs. And then maybe we'll have a run-in, like I said, from Kyle. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, let's kick it off. It kicked off with Petey Williams and Killer Kross. I'm a little weird about this because I was really hoping we get this at the pay-per-view. The way it was built, I was like, man, Kind of bummed it's not on the pay-per-view, but it was always cool to see both of these guys. Killer Kross, as I said last week, this dude, I have not seen anything like this. And I'll tell you how. I do like that. He looks like a sociopath. And he has the psychotic type of look where it takes very little to get him down, phase him. And it's kind of like a thing. It's kind of like when a guy's insane, he almost doesn't feel pain. You know? So he's a pretty intense dude. The look alone gets me. The tattoos freak me out. I don't even know what the hell is going on his back. I don't know what that is. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. I want to get some close-up pictures of this. I want to break it down a little bit more. But his tats alone kind of tell you how out of control this guy's mind is. But anyway, good stuff there. The match was great. It seemed like it was a very Kross-dominated match. He really took over a lot. So it was a little back and forth, not a whole lot of back and forth. But he locked in. He did the Doomsday Saito, which is an awesome suplex. I love it. There was a really crazy moment where he basically put Petey in a situation of, go ahead, give me the Canadian Destroyer. And then he was and then he reversed it and whatnot. But he's, again, that psycho behavior is pretty nuts. And I gotta say, man, I'm really curious where this goes. I would not mind if a rematch got added last minute to the Slammiversary card. Maybe a kickoff. Maybe not the kickoff. Maybe throw it in there in between somewhere. Give Kross somewhere to shine. That'd be kind of cool. I wouldn't mind that one bit. So we'll see what happens. He wins with the Kross jacket to finish it off. From there, we went backstage. Hendry doing his photo shoot. Grado hinting at the suspicions between him and Katarina. The random thing, I don't know if anybody else liked it, but the stilled photos with the cool music, but the cheesy music to go along with Joe Hendry's promo photos. I don't know why that was hilarious, but it was pretty funny. But they're really building the Grado suspicion thing pretty nicely. I like where it's going. Grado's facial expressions are fantastic, and so are Katarina's, of like the girl who kind of is like, oh, he doesn't suspect the thing. It's pretty cool. We went back from there, and we had Gama Singh, Uncle Gama Singh, as I'm going to call him, because as I mentioned, he reminds me of some uncles I got, minus the headdress. My uncles do the head thing, but his attitude alone is fantastic. He brought the Desi Hit Squad, Rohit, Raju, and Gursinder Singh. They came out, and they were challenging Fallah and KM. I really want Fallah and KM to have a name. I don't know what it is. It'd be cool. Panda Express would be fantastic, but I don't think they can get it. But I would love for them to have a name. Anybody else have any name suggestions? Drop it. Let me know what you think. I'd love for them to have a name. But they went out back and forth match. A lot of fun. Fallah and KM are so lovable that it's just, I love watching these two. Crowd was super into them. Super into them. And the two of them just play off each other so well with the panda roll, and it's great. These two are a great team. I really am hoping there's a tag title run for these guys somewhere down the line. I'm really hoping it goes in there, because I think it'd be one of those great feel good pops, and it'd be a perfect transition if you wanted to turn it into like maybe Fallah and KM tag belts to the Desi Hit Squad. They drop it to that. It would make total sense. It'd be a fun thing. Right now, the problem is the tag division's really serious with the LAX and OGs. You got a real dark overtone on the tag division. So, not sure how soon that the tag belts are looking coming to them, but I'd like to see it. That'd be fun. So then we got you got a little bit of Conan and King talking about their match. Just kind of leading up to it. Conan's vowing revenge on King, so he kind of put it out there, put the word out. But he had a little recap of that feud. From there, Joe Hendry and Eli Drake. This is the first time I saw Joe Hendry ever wrestle, and the theme song needs to be released immediately. I don't know why, it's hilarious to me. Kind of reminds me of the Jimmy Jacobs thing in Ring of Honor with the Lacey stuff, and he was doing all those songs and whatnot. I love it. It was so much fun to hear Joe Hendry get in there and do an improv song, theme song, or whatever, and then him knocking Eli. It's kind of interesting. I think Callis mentioned it too. Nobody really gets the best of Eli on the microphone or, through anything. So he kind of sat there puzzled for a second, and it was interesting to see Eli kind of like stumped for a second. So then he retaliated by hitting Henry and whatnot. And interestingly enough, the Hendry countered the gravy train, and he beat Eli Drake. A huge win for this guy. You're beating Eli Drake. Eli Drake's a top guy. I think at the time of the taping, his contract status was still up in the air. I'm not sure, but huge win for Joe Hendry. That's awesome. I like the guy. He was fun, man. He was a funny guy. A lot of the story's interesting, and the celebration afterwards with Grado and Katarina and the suspicions continuing. It's gonna be a nice comedy twist when this thing finally explodes. From there, Andrew Everett and Desmond Xavier. Can't go wrong. Nothing about this match could even go wrong. But what did go wrong is we didn't even get the damn match because Eddie Edwards, in a psychotic state, ran the guys off, beat the shit out of the referee. Poor bastard. I think that's the same referee who I commented on a few weeks ago who sold a bump to the head a little too goddamn long and for me ruined a little bit of a spot. That's just me, personal opinion. Don't take it as gospel. But Eddie Edwards came in, cut a really psycho promo about wanting to taste Tommy's blood. I like that this is, for the first time in his career, I think Eddie's really getting a chance to show his chops acting-wise. And you see him getting, it's a bumpy road because Eddie's a worker. He wasn't much of a character before. He's a technician in there. So seeing him kind of get grow as an actor essentially has been fun. Has been a cool little journey to see him take it to another level. So I like it. We'll see where it goes. I'm curious for the match. I don't see it being a long match, but we'll see where how psychotic they push the hardcore aspect of it, because it is a House of Hardcore rules match. From there, we got something that was so interesting. The Madison Rayne trapped in a nightmare with Su Yung. This was like a horror movie. I was like legit watching this like I was watching a horror movie. And I was pretty impressed. I was like, the production on this is insane. It was like full blast. I go, who came up with this? Who wrote this? Who produced this? I mean, I'm a producer for AEW, and I'm watching this stuff thinking, man, how do you pull this off? And of course, they have a bigger budget than AEW does, but I'm, from a production mind, I'm like, how do you do it? It was so impressive, super impressive. I thought it was, and Madison played it so well, but really creepy, kind of bizarre. And I want to see where, I'd love one more of these. I know the feud will probably end at Slammiversary. I don't know where it's going to go, but I'd like to see one more, or her do this with somebody else, because whoever's making those, hats off, man. I think it's Kevin Sullivan, the producer, and his team. Wonderful job. If that is the Kevin Sullivan production team, wonderful job. From there, we had Sami Callihan taking on Greg Osborne, which I believe they said was from Australia. He beat the living shit out of him, pretty much. Played into Pentagon a bit. We had the Pentagon mask, put it on Greg Osborne's head, and beat the hell out of him, kind of mocking Penta the whole time, furthering the match. Kind of cool. Just really building this match. After that, the Crist brothers jumped in. They beat the hell out of Osborne. Callihan, he got on the mic and started talking about how he's the draw. And then Pentagon appeared on the screen, and he's going to show. He came up there just to kind of, again, further from his side, and just translated, subtitled, to show Sami why he's going to win. So a little back and forth. I think we are ready for this match. There's nothing more they could have done than just that to further the match. It was perfect. You don't want to overkill a sell. You want to leave me wanting to see it now. And that's where I'm at. And that's what I liked about it. I think if they did it, if there was another run-in by Penta, it would have killed I mean, I wouldn't kill the match, but it would be like, all right, this is too much. But now it's like, we're the week of the pay-per-view. Now I want to see it. Where are we going? So now let's see somebody's goddamn hair get shaved or somebody's mask get taken. Now I'm ready for that. Anyway, from there, we went to a little quick thing with Allie, and she basically just, kind of shot back at Tessa. Tessa's been on her ass for a bit. Now she's going to be on Tessa's ass, and she's going one-on-one at Slammiversary with her. She's challenging her. Here we go. So from there, we had the women's tag match, knockouts in action. Tessa and Shotzi taking on Allie and Kiera. I guess that establishes Shotzi as a heel. But this was cool. This was a cool match. This was a lot of back and forth. And I liked it. I liked that the girls were all in on this one. They really went for it. I appreciated all the effort they put in on this one. It was not a long match, but it was effective. And Shotzi went to tag Tessa, and I love how Tessa basically said, "Screw you, you're a loser." So didn't really play into her, didn't help her out at all. So and Allie picked up the win by pinning Shotzi, which is perfect. I mean, Shotzi's there to, she's new. You can take a pin. You can afford to take a pin right now. And Allie needed to get that win going. From there, you had Callihan and OVE searching for Penta backstage as they looked through the kind of like the hallways, and warehouses of St. Clair College. It was cool. Shot with that kind of creepy horror movie style camera. That cold tinted camera, which I like, and it fits these guys perfectly because they're kind of scary dudes. They're not huge guys, but they look like guys I don't want to like get pissed off at me. So the way they're coming in is cool. They're just doing a little search for him and whatnot. So it was interesting. And then you had Jake and Dave disappear. So somebody got to him. I wonder who. And then we got the debut of the reveal of those mysterious silhouettes that have been showing up. Scarlet Bordeaux is coming to Impact Wrestling. That's huge. She's one of the hottest women on the scene right now. Literally, physically, you name it. This is an awesome addition to Impact. It's funny, I work with Scarlet at AEW, and I had no idea. I heard she had a tryout. I didn't know what happened after that. I like being surprised. That was a cool surprise. A lot of fun. Looking forward to Scarlet being there. She's going to look great in HD, guys. Trust me, I get to see her in person. I can't wait for fans to see her in HD. And she's a fantastic performer, awesome person. You're going to like it. She is definitely a great addition to the Knockouts roster. Then we had a little recap here. Johnny Impact talking about returning in a 4-way against Rich Swann, Phoenix, and the Bone Soldier, Taiji Ishimori. I was kind of surprised about the Ishimori edition here. I think it's a little way to get the Bullet Club stuff involved. So, which is never hurts. Never hurts. Bullet Club's hot. Rich Swann, I heard a little quick thing. He was injured at MLW on Thursday. So his match is in question now. He had a severe concussion. Being evaluated. Not sure if he's going to make it Sunday. I'm sure that the Impact booking team will have a great replacement if need be. So definitely stay tuned. I would say everybody stay online. See if a replacement is mentioned. If not, I'd say tune in Sunday and find out what it's going to be. Then a recap of Matt Sydal and Brian Cage for the X Division title. That's going to be interesting. I'm not really sure where that one's going to go. Let's see what happens with that. We come back to the backstage area where the Crist brothers are tied up, and Crist brothers find Sami tied up in the back with Pentagon's mask on. And as they begin to let him loose, the real Pentagon shows up, attacks OVE. That was cool. He's torturing Sami a bit, and it was pretty creepy stuff. The highlights are on their YouTube channel. Check them out. It is so weird. But the production and the director of this, I think, is doing some fantastic work. This had me so engaged. Matches are great. Matches keep you engaged, but this kind of stuff is so impressive to see these guys do it. These aren't trained actors. What makes this special is how amazingly they pull this off. And I'm like, I'm so impressed. Pentagon, there's a bit of a language barrier even. And look how well he translates to American TV. It's great. And I thought that was really, really cool. So definitely check that out. And from there, we had Moose coming into the St. Clair Windsor Impact Zone. And basically there to hype his match. I think this is Moose's first appearance on these Windsor tapings, which is so good. So effective that way. These two haven't touched. They have stayed in. They have had space. I've been anticipating this match more because it's not been killed. It hasn't been overdone. Not that the other ones have, but this one's like, oh shit, one of these two gotta like meet, and they're gonna meet Sunday. So Aries gets on the screen, and he is mocking Moose, telling him he's gonna have to wait till Slammiversary to get his hands on him, and Moose is focused on the video, and who sneak attacks him with a low blow right to the nuts. Austin Aries from behind him, and then multiple chair shots. He celebrates with the title. Moose gets back up. He throws Aries around. Chair comes into play. Aries ducks. Barely any touch. Simple, perfect, old school professional wrestling storytelling. How to sell a main event 101. That match is awesome already. Because you don't know. Nobody knows where it's going to go. So that was the episode, guys. It was a great show. Perfect amount of stuff to feed me into Slammiversary. And that's the part I loved about it. It did not kill it. It did not kill the show. Was not overdone. The show was not beat to hell. It was just perfectly paced and placed. So I'm ready for it. We got a couple days left. I mean, this is it. It is Slammiversary year number 16. I remember watching the first Slammiversary. I remember watching the first Impact Wrestling, or TNA at the time, show broadcast. I'm proud of this company to make it this far. Everybody has written the death warrant on this company, and you know what? We're going to 16 years. I'm watching another Slammiversary. That makes me, as a fan, extremely proud to be a fan of this company, and I love it. I think they earned every bit of what this show is going to be, especially this particular Slammiversary, because they have busted their ass for Slammiversary 16. So, quick Slammiversary predictions.
Surprise, surprise. Kyle here. I'll be butting in post-production with my own predictions. Trent can't hear me, so hey, fuck you, Trent.
I am going with, let's start off here, Tessa, Blanchard, and Allie. I'm going to go with Tessa to win this match. Tessa is on freaking fire right now. She is
a bitch.
I think she's the future of this division. New signee. This girl has it. She's going to be the one to do it. So I am looking forward to Tessa.
No, I agree. Tessa definitely has this one in the bag, but I don't think it's going to be an honorable victory. I think she's going to, she's a bitch. I've made that clear past 2 weeks. She's a bitch. She'll do whatever she has to do to win. And we're going to see another example of that here.
From there, the four-way, depending on where Swan goes, I am looking at, so if it is Swan, Johnny, Ishimori, and Phoenix, I'm looking at Johnny to take the win on this one. If Swan is in it.
No, he's not. Now, Petey Williams will be replacing Rich Swan, Trent.
I'm going with Rich Swan to win this one.
Wrong.
I feel like Rich has some great momentum going on.
And a great concussion.
Eddie Edwards, Tommy Dreamer. I think Eddie Edwards has the win on this one. Eddie's been nuts out of his mind. I think this can keep going. We can go another round with this. Because Eddie has to go somewhere with this.
I agree with you on that. Eddie definitely is going to win this one, but it's not so much about the victory. To me, in my opinion, I think it's about killing Tommy Dreamer, and he's going to do something really brutal and nasty to Tommy, and Tommy's going to disappear for a while, definitely.
So I'm going with Eddie Edwards. Penta and Sami Callihan. Great feud. Probably going to be the show stealer. I think so, honestly. Sammy's getting that head shaved. I think that Sami is losing that hair, man. Penta's not losing that mask. Sammy's losing that hair. I think Penta's out for blood and hair. The LAX versus OGs. I'm looking at a retention on this one. I think we're gonna have the original LAX keep it, and we're going to keep going with this feud.
Well, I think that the torch definitely has to get passed. It's just a matter of, do they pass the torch tonight? Or like you just alluded to there, Trent, you think they could go another round with this? Do they milk it out, push this a little further, and then pass the torch down the line on, another episode of Impact or something like that? I think that's the question. So it's kind of hard for me to make a prediction here, but for the hell of it, just to disagree with you, I'm going to go with the new LAX. They're going to get the torch passed to them tonight.
We're going to keep going with this. So, and that's where that one's going. Su Yung and Madison Rayne. Su Young's retaining. Totally retaining on this one. I think she is hot right now. So, Su Yung has to retain. I don't see Madison taking it and taking another title run. Matt Sydal, Brian Cage. Got to go to Brian Cage. Cage is on fire. A belt would look great on Brian Cage right now. And he's been busting his ass. Brian Cage for that win. Aries and Moose. I am predicting the feel-good moment. Moose, new heavyweight champion.
I disagree. I think that Moose definitely is going to be a world heavyweight champion down the line, but I think he has a longer journey in front of him. I don't think tonight is his night, personally, Trent. In my opinion, I think that Moose's journey is going to go on a little bit longer until he finally achieves his dream and gets that Impact World Heavyweight Championship, but I'll tell you this, make a double-sided prediction. I think that Moose is going to lose tonight. However, if he does win, if Moose does win, it's going to be because of D'Angelo Williams. D'Angelo Williams is going to get involved and slap Aries with a chair or something like that. Revenge.
Well, here we go. That's a bold prediction. I was very Aries for a while, but I started thinking about the good feeling here. I think Moose winning is going to be a great feeling. I can see the whole sold-out crowd at the Rebel Complex just doing the Moose chug with their hands, and I think it's going to be great. So let's see what happens with that. Those are my predictions, guys. Thank you very much for listening. It's a quick one today. Wanted to get to it. Slammiversary on Sunday. Definitely follow us on We Talk Impact on Twitter and search the Heads Network on YouTube. Check us out. Follow us. Rate, review, subscribe. Thank you for everybody for listening. We appreciate it. We'll be back, Kyle and I, with a Slammiversary recap in just a couple days. Thanks. Enjoy Slammiversary 16.
Don, they have all these festivals now, these EDM festivals all over the place. Andrew ever looks like the kind of guy that goes to those festivals.
You mean like an idiot?